We saw a lot of bands that were kind of in the same situation around this. They were on a major label, got all this more special treatment, touring wise. We get a bunch of money from the label to tour in a bus and things like that. And then once they got dropped, they didn't have that anymore.
What good is a dead beast? Unleashed, left with following, holding the head of the world. Not slowly, not lightly. And waiting, our heart men are invisible.
Bands who could actually benefit from a second, you have live and just going, holy fuck, he actually just upped the game. 25 years into his career, he actually just took a big step forward. It's better. Who the fuck gets better 25 years into a rock and roll career? Literally makes a huge advancement.
Recording.
Don't look down! You might be ready. Your feet touch ground! All in good time, They have it! We want it!
A lot of shows.
The big business guys get more comfortable inside there and can stretch out a little bit more. And I think, that union between Dale and Cody becoming some sort of Siamese symbiotic fuckfest weirdness. It's awesome.
I'm good. Sam, how you doing? Good.
Very strange.
What is it, like 16 bars or something?
Yeah. As far as a drummer in a pop band, he's the king for sure.
Should we play one more time?
Sure.
Angela was going through. It won't take long, and we're not worried. It didn't take long. We did 3 records back to back. Yeah. Weird to Kevin. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was already there.
The monster. What? And I remember telling him that, like, I don't get it, dude. That doesn't make any sense to me. You know, seeing it.
Months of touring. Opened for Helmet for a long time. Went to Europe for a big tour, and then came back, and we wanted to do another record. And you know, by that time, everybody that was at Atlantic.
Actually, maybe you can give me a tiny bit more? Sure. Shit. That's cool.
So we knew we were done, and we're like, we're gonna record this record anyway. We're gonna do it with Joe, and we're gonna do it really quick, doing sound for us. And I mean, we've always had people in the band that we've known and friends of ours, and you know, we just decided like, oh, he's been on tour.
Mark is very self-assured. That's the one thing that comes across the strongest with Mark, is he's very, some might call it cocky, some might call it self-assured, but he definitely knows what he likes or what he wants.
Fills and played you know, a lot of counterparts and more accompanying parts, and not necessarily the same. And Joe was really moody, so that was the main thing, just being able to get along with somebody. It was what we did Reading. I'm trying to think when that was.
With their back to the audience. And the crowd was going absolutely bananas. Hating them. Calling them names, throwing shit at the stage. It was like out of a vaudeville show. It was crazy. And then they just walked off the stage. And they knew I was coming to see them. And we went there backstage.
Listen to that song 1,000 times, but it still had to have the call. What's the fucking song about? I mean, the way I listen to music, I don't give a shit what.
Right around the time of like, especially Bullhead. That's when things really started to kick in. You know, it was also when all the other Seattle stuff was starting to take off. But we were able to tour and make enough money off of records that we were able to quit our jobs. And I think we had him learn our set. We practiced 3 times and played a show. You know, he was really good. I mean, he was already familiar with our music since he put out records, but he's one of those guys that can just pick stuff up really quickly.
Before I went on the first tour with them, I think they had already recorded Bullhead. I knew we were playing those songs.
He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna see you guys first." But typical Tom, he never seems really excited about something, So it was kind of hard to read at first. Like, maybe he's not interested. And then after he saw us play, he's like, "Yeah, I think that I could do it."